Good evening. This is Uncle Yab, and we're gabbing with Yab. Now tonight, I'm here with my buddy Rich again, and we got another podcast coming up now. And right now, it's going to be all about talking about the pandemic and how it affect our household and our family. How you doing, Rich?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here today.
All right, all right. So we're going to start off with this, man. Where first, I'm going to ask you, how has it been with this pandemic in your family, and how you been holding up?
Well, that's a great question. It's been interesting. It's been exciting. It's been, revealing. I'm a type of person that likes to think about the positives and try to get the positives out of situations. And with this terrible pandemic, it's really hard to find positives. But one thing I found is that being in the home and being with the family, I've grown to love them more and to learn more about them, because we're busy and we're constantly working and we're trying to provide for them and we're trying to, create better lives, and we're hustle and bustle, and this has kind of slowed us down. It slowed me down.
I get you.
And I've had more time to reflect, more time to look at my wife in her eyes, and, more time to have conversations. So I think that although, it's been chaos almost outside of the home, when you step out, inside has been a place of peace.
You're right, Rich. You're right. And I'm the same way. When it all unfolded and stuff like that, I was thinking the worst of it, because I'm like 2020 was going to be a bad thing.
Yes.
But now that I look at it, staying home and being around your family and friends and your kids and stuff like that, and with me, it helped me be a better father because I was more in tune with my girls.
Yes.
And I just understood what they wanted, and I kind of like catered to them, and we talked and laughed and joked. And there was a fun time for me because I got more time to spend with them, even though they wasn't in school.
Right.
But when they would come over to my house on the weekends that I have them and things like that, we would always have a good time. We would find a way to make fun out of this negative thing.
Yes.
And like you said, Rich, it wasn't always negative. We turned this pandemic into a positive.
Right.
And that's one thing everybody should know. Just because we're going through things, it doesn't have to be a shutdown situation. You can always take this and turn it into a positive and deal with your family and make sure you got it taken care of and spend some quality time.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's a million and one things to do. People think like you're a prisoner or captive in your home, but that's not really the case, because I remember there were times where I used to play board games, Monopoly and things like that, and those were fun nights,
You're right,
game nights and, Scrabble and things like that. And, yeah, you can watch TV and you can watch Netflix, but there's only so much of that, because when you're next to someone, and now, during this time, dag near all day, and
That's
24,
true. That's true.
sometimes 24 hours a day.
You're right.
It forces you to communicate. It forces you to even address some things you may have never addressed, and, we're so busy on the phones and with, the social media and all that. But then there's a time where it's just quiet.
Yep.
It's just you, and like I say, it's just me and my wife, or me and the kids, but me and my wife, and we're sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a quietness, but it's a comfortable quietness, It's just us sitting there, and we don't have to say anything.
Right.
But then when we do say stuff, we can talk about, hey, remember this? We start thinking about memories and things we did when we were, going out and when we were younger.
That's true. That's
and
true.
then we start talking about the future, because this is a great time to plan for your future.
Yeah, that's right, Rich. And same thing. I've been doing the same thing. And I have my girlfriend, you have your wife, but it's the same thing. Same thing. We got companions.
Yes.
And we all getting together and talking about what we want to do whenever we get this pandemic over with.
Yes.
Like it's been when I first met and things like that, we used to always go out on Fridays and go get something to eat, maybe have a few drinks, see a show, but it's hard to do that now. So like I said, we get into the Netflix and stuff like that, and you can only do but so much of that, but that's fine too. But still, we'll sit down and talk about what's the next plan that I'm going to do with the house, because her and I are doing this thing together, and we might say, hey, we're going to do something with the basement next year, or we're going to do something with the outside next year. So definitely a plan and things, and we definitely have grown, definitely.
Yes. And I mean, there's no comparison, but I know, like you being in the service for a number of years, there's a time where you can't do everything you want.
Right.
So
right.
And there's a structure that you got to follow. But in that structure, it made you successful. So I see like kind of turning that same structure to me, to use it to help me be more successful. Whereas, I can't do certain things.
Right.
I can't go everywhere I want to go.
Exactly.
But I can operate within the confinements of what's allowed and use it to strengthen me,
Yep, and that's it.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that's so true, because you can only do what you can do.
Yes.
But once you in a corner like this with this pandemic, you make the best of it, and that's what we're doing. I see what you're doing, and we, the big thing is we got a job to go to, and we always working, and that helps us with doing things and getting out of the house.
Yes.
And that's definitely a blessing, because most people are not home, or they've been furloughed or been laid off, and we've been blessed to have a job that we can go somewhere and still continue to raise our family and prepare for our family and provide for our family and make sure everything is good. And I see what you're saying, Rich, man. A lot of that stuff that we take for granted.
Yes.
And I just thank God that we was able to keep it moving, because this pandemic is definitely, it's a negative, but we got to keep going. We got to keep going. So what I've been doing is basically I'm just trying to eat right and things like that, and keep my body together, because no one wants to catch this thing.
Yes.
But this particular pandemic has no face, no name, and it's taking anybody.
Yes.
I mean, old, young, babies, kids, things like that. It doesn't care. But I give a shout out to the first responders, such as you and me, and we're here doing things, and we making a difference, and that's what I like.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's no one is safe.
You're right.
No one is safe or free from it, and it's up to us, like you said, to keep our guard up and keep our foot on the gas pedal, because it might slow down a little bit in Massachusetts, but then it's jumping 26 other states. You know what I mean?
That's true, Rich.
And people have to be aware that, sometimes in life, change, it may not seem better, but it may be better for us.
Right. Right.
And now we're in a new day, with these masks and with the gloves and the constant hand sanitation.
That's what we call the new norm.
The new norm, exactly. So, I mean, we have to embrace it in a sense,
That's true. That's true.
A lot of people out here, they're rebelling against it. They're walking in stores without masks on, and they're defiant, and those type of people, I try to shy away from.
That's right.
Because I'm accepting what the professionals are saying. I'm accepting what I see every day when I come into work, and the deaths that I've witnessed, and not so much witnessed, but have been associated with, where I have to, do some paperwork concerning them, and I see how real it is. And I see sometimes coming in, and there were 8, 9, 10 people passed away from this.
And it's sad
and
too,
it's
man.
Sad, and it's scary, and it's also a jolt, of reality.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, we got to get used to the new normal. I mean, I remember you were going to the Gladys Knight concert.
Yep.
Now, next time you go, we're going to have masks on, But
that's right. You're right, Rich. You never know. You never know.
So we just have to accept this new normal and not fight it,
That's true. And I'm 100% in what you said, man. And I'm always wishing, hey, can things go back to where it was, the normal?
Right.
But I don't know if it will. I'm not going to say it won't.
Right.
I'm optimistic. And I just hope we can eventually get out of this mask thing and be able just to embrace each other like we used to.
Yes.
But we'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely an optimistic person.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll come out the way we should be. And hopefully maybe next year this stuff can blow out of here and we can go on to living our lives the way we're supposed to.
Yes.
Because it's been a whirlwind, man. It's been crazy. But the way I always say, the way I look at it, only the strong survive.
That's it.
And you gotta be strong for yourself as far as your family and everything.
Yeah.
And everything will work out.
Yeah, it's done the job on us all. I think we're all going to have PTSD from this.
You're right.
this really took us all by surprise and really knocked us all down for a minute. But
That's
like
right.
you said, the strong get up and the strong, get moving, and I'm just so, I'm just happy that I'm in a place where I believe, like, that I believe in thinking positive, and I think that's how come you and I connect so much, because I never hear you talk negative. I never seen you be negative with people, and there's a way you can talk to people without being negative.
That's right, man. And that's my whole thing. I try to be positive as far as whatever I do, because I think you can get more with honey than you can with a lemon.
That's right.
And
that's right.
if I can help a person without being real forceful, I can talk to a person. Sometimes that's all that individual needs.
Yes.
And as well as I do with the job that we do.
Yes.
Because we involved in a lot of different people and a lot of different mind frames.
Yes.
And we able to be some type of negotiator.
Yes.
And we can maybe talk them off a ledge, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And everything can work out. But if in doubt, we have to use brute force, and we will.
Right.
But for the most part, I like to talk to a person because I think if you can kind of get down to that individual's level, you'll do fine. That person will listen to you, and they'll be able to do what they need to do. Although we're not in the medical aspect of it, but we still in that realm of helping.
Yes.
And that's a good thing.
Yes, and a lot of people need help right now, and so you have to have the right attitude.
You're right. And I think that you do as well. And like I said, we're gonna keep this up, you and I.
Yes.
And you may be my co-host, and I like this because
Yes,
I think we got something going together with this, Rich. And this is, I like podcasts, I like talking, and I know you got a lot of different things to say. You're a smart, intelligent man, and I like that.
Yes.
And I appreciate you coming through, helping me out, and we're getting this thing happening. And this is my way of evolving my podcasting from just not just talking, but interviewing individuals and coming up with different ideas and different plans. And it could be just about life experience or anything.
Absolutely.
Anything else you got to say, buddy?
No, I'm just glad that we had a chance to sit down, and, I know a lot of people are, unsure, like, what's the next move, and, what's going to happen, how they're going to be affected, and people just have to, be patient and take control of their lives. And, I'm the type of person that, and, we're going to close soon, but I'm the type of person that believes that, I want to be responsible for my own destiny.
Right.
So if that means I have to do something that I don't particularly like, if it gets me to that next level, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is a time where so many people lost jobs, and like you said, a lot of people are unemployed. A lot of people's jobs are gone forever. And, you can do two things. You can sit home and be upset, or you can go out there and find something else to do.
That's true.
And,
That's true.
I just believe that, we have to not succumb to this pandemic.
Right.
But we have to survive it and even thrive through it.
Yeah.
And I believe we can, and I believe that, the more we talk, and the more we talk in forums like this, it will help us as well as others.
Exactly. Each one teach one, like I always say.
Absolutely.
And this is definitely a good platform for us to get things out there to individuals to do the best you can, and keep a positive attitude, and everything will work out. Even in regards to this coronavirus thing, just keep your head up and keep your faith, and everything will be all right.
Yes.
Well, once again, we did another segment here, another episode, and I'm Uncle Yab, and we're gabbing with Yab. Thanks a lot. Peace out.
Take care.